In this video, we will learn about accessing a webcam in Angular by using Ngx Webcam. Ngx Webcam is a external library. We'll try to integrate with our Angular application, and then we will be accessing our video or the images from our user system. So now let me quickly jump into Visual Studio. Here we will be creating our webcam configurations, and also the images whatever we want to capture from the webcam will be configured here. Before configuration, let's understand about Ngx Webcam. So here we have a library called as Ngx Webcam. Let me install this Ngx Webcam first in my application. Let me copy this and go here. Now let me go to the another terminal. Let me paste npm install and ngx webcam. So I'm installing the webcam. It may take few minutes to install, and by the time what I'll do is I'll go into app.module.ts. So what we have to do is whenever I have integrated or installed my webcam, I have to import the particular module to use all the features of that webcam. So the module name is webcam module. So once it is installed, we can access the webcam module, and now it has been installed, and you can check that via your package JSON. If you go to the package JSON, you will be getting a ngx webcam with version 0.4.1, and now that is installed. Let me try webcam module. So here this webcam module has been imported in my app module, and now my app module components can use all this webcam related stuff. So before going to webcam usage, let me create few things in my application. That is, let me create a div, and inside this div let me create a button, and check the webcam permissions. So I'm checking the webcam permissions first, whether the user gave the permissions or not. That is this button. So let me go to the output and let me reload this. Yeah. So let me zoom a bit. And now this is the check webcam permissions. Once the user click on this webcam permissions, then we have to show a container where we can see this complete UI. So let me go here and create a div which contains all our UI or the data which we want to see via webcam. So let me comment this as webcam image will be shown here. So I can remove these comments and let me use command slash. I have commented this. And also what I want to show is I want to show one more button here. That is, after seeing my image on the webcam, I want to capture it. So let me use one more button, capture the image. Now let me save this, and also after capturing the image, I want to show a preview. So this would be a preview section, and let me use a command slash so that I can comment it. Let me save this. Now, first thing is we want to check the webcam permissions. So for that sake, let me use a click event, and we can write check permissions, and let me save this, copy this and go to your app.component.ts, and here we can have something like check permissions. Now I want to check the permissions here. So whenever the user clicks on the check permission, it will be checking the permission. How to check the permission? This permission check of any user media access can be handled via your navigator, which is given by JavaScript. It does not depend anything on the Ngx webcam. So for that sake, what I can do is I can use navigator dot media devices dot get user media, and inside this we have something like dot then. This is a callback function for our media devices, because these media devices is an asynchronous data. So whenever we want to have an asynchronous data and whenever we want to capture that data, we can use dot then. And there is one more callback function called as dot catch, where we will be handling the errors. So let me use an arrow operator here, and inside this let me console the error first. And also this what this navigator.media devices will do. Navigator.media devices will get all the user devices to our application, and here this user media is having some parameters, like we can pass the configuration. For example, I have something like video. I want to see the video, and video is having something like width. Let me take 500, save this, and also let me give the height as 500, or we can give anything whatever we require. Whenever we are using these media devices over an element or navigators, then that particular media can be visible. So I'll go here and let me reload this. So here you are not seeing anything, but if you click on the check webcam permissions, now you can see use your camera. So it is asking for the permission. Whenever we are using a permission for this, we can use that allow or block. When the user clicks on block, it will come into the exception. If you see here app component.ts, it is in 19th line. That means whenever we are not giving a chance for user to access that particular camera, then we are getting the console error. And here let me use a response and let me print that when the user clicks on the allow console.log off, let me use response comma res. Let me save this, go back and clear it off. Now what I'll do is I'll click on check camera, but already it was blocked by me. So here you can see it was blocked. Let's click on allow always. So let me click on done, clear it off. Let me click on check webcam. So now we got the media streaming, right? So this is nothing but a stream. This stream will give the access for you to access your face or anything in front of the system. So what I can do is let me create one streaming for this. So I'll create a variable called as stream, and which is of any and equal to null. Okay, so this is a null stream, and let me copy this stream and let me assign this dot stream is equal to response. Let me save this. Now we got the stream, and whenever we get the stream, I want to display that over my webcam. So here we have to write our logic for the webcam, or let me create a webcam component. So to know about the webcam component and what it access, we can go to Ngx Webcam, and here we can see something like a component which is a webcam component. So I can use a webcam component here. So webcam, and let me save this. So if you see here, go back, reload, and you can see we got our images. So let me click on check webcam again, and here already the media stream is already entered. So let me allow done, and now the media is off. Why? Because we have blocked this. Whenever I click on continue, you can see the stream here. Whenever I click on the cross button or anything, whenever I'm not giving a chance to the user, then it is asking for the permission, and whenever I click on the allow, you are getting this stream. And let me reload it again by removing this block, and let me reload and click on the check permission. See here we are getting the error. So based on these block permissions, the page will be updated. So that means whenever we are allowing, it will give the proper UI, otherwise it will never give the proper UI. So what I want to do is, before checking this webcam permissions, I want to show something like a status below this. So for example, I want to show a label or paragraph where we can show the status here. So whenever the user blocks it, then I can show you the status as blocked. So for that sake, let me go to the TS file, and whenever it goes to the error, we can write this dot message or status equal to error, and let me create the status and by giving any and null. And now let me use the status for updating here. Let me save this. So go back, and if you see status here is empty. Why? Because nothing has been updated. Let me give not allowed error permission denied, because we are blocking this particular webcam access. Let me click on done, and it is not readable. So what I want to do is I just want to access this permission denied, and let me show only that particular message whatever we want. That means a customized message. So here we can go bottom, and we can write if my error message, if my error message equal to that particular one, like go to the permission denied. Let me copy this and go back and paste here. then my status, this dot status should be equivalent to permission denied, please try again by approving the access, something like this. Let me save this and let me update the status here as well. This dot status is equal to my camera is accessing. Save this. Let me remove the status, and later if permission is not denied or due to some xyz errors, I can use status is equal to you may not having camera system, please try again dot dot dot. Save this, and here we got the status. Now by default the status is empty and my camera is accessing it. So let me reload this. Here we are showing status here. We are not checking the status immediately, right? So what we can do is whenever the status is not null, then only I want to show this status bar. So let me save this and click on the check status here. Permission denied. Please try again approving the access. Let me access allow, done, and check permissions, and you can see here the status is updated. Whenever I click this, my camera is accessing. So by default the status should be something like null, and when the user clicks on this, then only we have to show this. So whenever I have some status, then we are showing this. But when I should show this webcam, the webcam container from here till here, the last statement, we have to show only when the user clicks on the check status and the status is allowing you to add it. Okay, so here in this case let me use ngif when the stream exists, then only I want to show this capture the image. Let me go back, and if you click on the check the webcam permissions, and you can see this. So now my camera is accessing and capture the image. Now what I want to do is whenever I capture the image here, I want to show a preview at the bottom of this. So for that sake, already we have a container to show that preview section. Here is my preview section. Now what I want to do is when the user clicks on the capture, let me use click is equal to capture image. And now let me copy this, go here and paste here. Here what I want to do is I want to get the captured image value. And whenever I want to capture this image, that should be updated on my webcam as well. So what is the exact image which we are getting from the webcam? I want to capture this. Whenever we are clicking on the capture image, that should trigger my webcam's UI. That means whatever the visible things on the webcam, I want to capture it. For that sake, webcam gave one more option called as trigger. So you can use something like trigger. Trigger is an observable. Let me create that trigger in my UI. So go back and create a trigger which is a observable. So let me create an observable here of something like subject, which is an RxJS type, and we can give something like void is equal to new subject of empty, or you can give save this. So now what I want to do is I want to convert this as an observable. So I can use a getter setter. They should return something. So observable of void, and what I want to do is return this dot trigger dot as observable. Just I want to return it as an observable. So I can use this getter method on my trigger property and paste in the webcam. Save this. So now save this. So now whatever we are triggering here on this capture, then that capture can update on this trigger. There is one more method called as image capture, which will throws an event whenever there is a capture happened on this particular webcam, something like snapshot, and let me give dollar event. So let me copy this snapshot and paste here, go with the event. Let me capture that event which is of type webcam image, and let me write one console.log of event. Save this and go here, save this. So now whenever I capture this, what I want to update is I want to update this observable. So when go to the capture image, and here we can update this dot trigger dot next So this will update my UI with the webcam, and it will trigger this particular image capture whenever there is a change in the trigger. So whenever there is a change in the trigger, this image capture will be called, and this will be calling the snapshot. That snapshot, what it will do is it will go to the snapshot and it will print the event. Let me go back, clear it off, and check the permissions. Now my camera is in processing and I got this. So let me click on the capture the image. So if you see here, we got a image as data URL and also a webcam image object. So inside this webcam image object, we have something like a base64 URL, and this base64 URL can be used for our preview sections. So for that sake, what I'll do is I'll create a preview image colon any is equal to empty. So let me give empty, and this is of type string. So let me update this by using this event. This dot preview image is equal to event dot image as base data URL. Either data URL we can capture or base64 we can capture. I will be getting this preview image, and this preview image can be used by us for updating our HTML content. Let me create a image tag with an src, where that src should bind with my preview image, and let me give height and width. Height is equal to 250 and width is equal to 250. So let me save this and now go back. You will be getting an image which is a failure image, because by default the source of that particular preview image is empty. So now what I'll do is this preview image should only visible when I have this preview image. So I'll write a condition called as preview image. When the preview image exists, then I can have this preview image. Go back to the browser and reload. Click on check webcam permissions. Now my webcam is already in access control. Let me clear it off, and now I have this image. Let me click on capture the image. So you can get the image here. The exact image whatever we are getting here is the image which we have from the webcam. And let me show you some example. Let me straight my eyes and click on the capture image. You can see the image here. Let me have one more shot. Let me click on this. Now the image has been updated. So now I want to make it a more flexible part. So whenever I click on the capture the image, I'm getting that image, and whenever I get the image, now this should not be capture the image. It should be something like recapture the image, because already I have captured the image. Go back, and now what I want to do is go to the component.ts. Whenever we get the preview image, that means whenever there is a snapshot updated, then what I want to do is this dot button label is equal to retake or recapture image. So let me create this variable button label, and which is of string type, and by default it is capture image. And this capture image should have only whenever the button give the permission access. That means whenever we get the permissions for this, that means you got a stream, then only you should have that button label as capture. So let me use capture image. Let me save this, and let me use this button label instead of hard coding the value. Capture the image can be replaced with this button label. Whenever we access the stream, then we can get the button label, and that button label will be equivalent to your capture image. And whenever there is a preview image already existing, then my button label will be recapture. Let me go back, clear it off, check for the permissions, and now my camera is working. And see here, we are not able to see any preview image because I didn't capture any of the image. Let me click on the capture image. Now we got the image here, and if you see the button, this is recapture my image. So this is how we can access our web camera and take the picture. And also, after considering all these pictures, right, let me use one more button here, and that button will be something like proceed. So whenever we are proceeding, I can send the data URL to my backend. So something like click is equal to proceed, and let me give the proceed method in my TS file. Go to the TS and give proceed. Let me use console.log of this dot preview image. Save this and save this. Now go back. Once the image is ready, then you can proceed and go forward. Let me clear it off. Check for the webcam permissions. Now my camera is accessing. Capture the image. I got the image. Recapture the image. And also there is something like proceed. Like, let me click on proceed. This is the data URL which we have, and that because of this data URL, that means base 64 as a image URL, we are able to getting the image on my UI. Let me reset all my permissions on this. Go here, click here, reset permissions, and now let me reload. Now whenever you are reloading this, first time it will ask for the allow or block. Let me click on allow or block. So here you can see use your camera. I'm clicking on block. Now we got permission denied. Please try to approve. Try again by approving the access. Let me go here and click on allow. Done. And now check webcam's permissions. Now we got the webcam, and whenever I click on capture, then that is captured here, and whenever I click on proceed, I'll get the data URL. Let me clear it off and reload. So this is the way how we can do it. And also there is one main stuff called as image quality. Let me copy this, and the image quality, so something like 1. So minimum is 0.92 and maximum is 1. Let me give 1 and go here. Let me clear it off, and this is giving problem. Why? Because it is a property binding. Let me save this and go back. Check the webcam permissions. Already it is enabled, so I'm able to access the webcam. Click on capture image. I got the image. Let me click on proceed. You got the data, but this time the image will be a higher quality. That means image quality will differ. So this is how we can work out with our webcams in our applications via Angular using Ngx Webcam. So this Ngx Webcam is not restricted to any of the version set. For any Angular version set above 2 will be working. Angular 2 Plus can use this Ngx Webcam. It is very simple to integrate, and for better understanding, I'll create all the related videos for Navigator and media devices in the further upcoming videos. For now, we are using Navigator's subject and observable. To know more about Angular concepts, please watch my Angular tutorial videos and Angular unit testing videos for better understanding. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.